Economic word problem example. Sam sells books for $12 each at his bookstore. He sells an average of 260 books a day. He noticed that for each $2 price increase, he sells 13 less books. What will Sam have to do to maximize his revenue? What is his max revenue? How many books he's going to sell and at what price to maximize his revenue? So let's highlight the important parts of this word problem now. The fact that books sell for $12 each is important. He sells an average of 260 books a day. That's important too. Also, the fact that he knows that for each $2 price increase, he sells 13 less books. That's also important. And that's pretty much all the information we need to make up the revenue equation. So question A is asking us what will Sam have to do to maximize his revenue, which is pretty much asking how many $2 price increases will he have to do to maximize his total revenue. And we know that the formula for revenue is number of books sold times the cost per book. And we're going to let X represent number of price increases. And now we're going to write our formula for revenue. Revenue equals 260 minus 13x, since he sells 260 books a day and he sells 13 less books for every price increase, times 12 plus 2x, since he sells each book for $12, and for each price increase he increases the price by $2. So now I'm going to solve for each bracket as the equations in factored form, or you can expand and simplify and then you use the formula negative b over 2a, since the equation will be in standard form, and then find the axis symmetry and the optimum value, but I prefer doing this method. So I'm going to let each of the brackets equal 0 and solve, and x is going to equal negative 13, divide negative 13 on both sides, and x equal 20, and 12 plus 2x equals 0. Bring 12 to the other side. Divide both sides by 2, and x is going to equal negative 6. So now we're going to find the axis symmetry, which will tell us the number of price increases that will get the maximum revenue. So axis symmetry is going to be 20 plus negative 6, as those were the two x-intercepts of the equation, which is going to equal 14, and we're going to divide by 2. And the axis symmetry is going to be 7. So now we know that the 7 price increases will get to the maximum revenue. We're going to write our therefore statement because we already answered the question. Therefore, Sam will have to increase price 7 times to maximize revenue. So question B is asking what is the max revenue. So all we have to do is sub in our axis symmetry into our original revenue equation, which will give us our maximum revenue, as 7 price increases will provide the max revenue for Sam. So revenue equals 260 minus 13 times 7, which will basically tell us how many customers Sam's gonna have after 7 price increases, times 12 plus 2 times 7, which can tell us the cost per each book as he's increasing the price 7 times by $2. So revenue equals 260 minus 13 times 7, 260 minus 91 times 12 plus 14. So revenue equals 169 times 26. Revenue equals 4,394. And now that we answered what is the max revenue, we're going to write our therefore statement. So therefore Sam's max revenue is $4,394. And question C was pretty much asking us how many books is he going to sell and at what price to maximize his revenue, and we pretty much found out in question B. As we know that revenue equals a number of books sold, which was 169, which the question is asking, and we found out the cost per book, which is also a part of the revenue formula, which was 26, and which we found out was 26. So now we know that 169 is the number of books sold to maximize revenue, and at $26 per book, which is a maximized revenue. And that's pretty much it. We're just going to write our therefore statement once again, stating that Sam's going to sell 169 books at $26 to maximize his revenue. And that's pretty much it. We answered all 3 questions in the economic word problem. We found out what will Sam have to do to maximize his revenue, which was he would have to increase his price 7 times by $2. We found out what his max revenue would be, $4,394. And we also found out how many books he'll have to sell and at what price to maximize his revenue. So that's about it. Thank you.